Here's the secret to having this type of relationship. You have to make her feel special. And you have to make her feel special.
Thank you.
And you have to make her feel special.
Yes, we're back. For everybody that's really living that long live Leo mindset, you know we're not going to go too long without diving back into the biohack gang, the cabal, the Tony Huge biohacking crew. And I want to touch on a few topics. I want to touch on a few specifics. I'm not going to keep you guys too long. But as you can see, Tony Huge will not let the Thai girls out of arm's reach. He says that he wants to make them feel special. But as you can see, he gives all three women the same identical rose. So how are they feeling special, Tony, when you give them the same generic flower each? This is all an act. Like Connor Murphy says, this is all a play. This is all for show, for social media. And do you notice who he puts in the thumbnail? Do you notice how he treats her different? And I want to go to the comments. Caps29999 says, the last is your favorite, I can tell. And I commented and said, yes, because she knows all his secrets. Tony Huge will never let Foxy out of arm's reach. Even if it takes going to these lengths. Take a look. So to me, it's a no-brainer when this woman here is the hardest to control, the one that bucks the most, the one that you want on your team the most, and the one that knows what happened. It's no coincidence that you are sticking needles in her arm. This man, Tony Huge, will not let Foxy out of arm's reach. If it means taking her vein and putting whatever concoction he needs to keep her under his spell. Heaven forbid, we've already got one loose cannon that will pop and is volatile and is pyrotechnics in the flesh. Yes, Connor Murphy, he is an implosion, a ocean gate submersible waiting to implode on himself. I'm just waiting for that moment. Once he goes crazy, once those demons, once Leo's spirit has tormented Connor enough, he will come out and the whole foil will be plotted. No, the whole plot will be foiled. When you lose a loved one that's near and dear to your heart, you start to break free from this earthly realm. You start to look for spiritual signs in the clouds, in the skies, in the dirt, carvings, wind gusts, wind chimes, noises, ticks, anything to be able to talk to that person again. How many of you have done the same? To speak to that person one last time. And so when I'm editing this video, if you go back just a few seconds ago and you hear when I say Leo's spirit, I was editing the video again and I said Leo's spirit, and I have a bug zapper that is putting in overtime with the bugs at my location. And simultaneously, it's happened 3 times now that I've mentioned Leo. And at the same time that I mention the spiritual entity, it goes off. It's not a coincidence. It's not. Some of these things happen, and those individuals want us to know that they are here with us, pursuing the same battle, pursuing the same goal. Just as I would do if I were to be taken from this earth and those killers have not been brought to justice And I mean killers, plural. Because Tony Huge, if you did not have anything to do with it, but your house was involved and you know exactly what happened, but you don't come forward and tell the truth, you, sir, are just as guilty as Connor with that club. Or Miss Canatha for going crazy with that club. All the evidence shows that the 5-iron and the mid-range were the ones that were used, the clubs that were used. We could go back through the photos. We could go back through the detailed evidence that we've seen. We can go back through. Oh, as a matter of fact, no. Our next Connor Murphy video will detail more evidence that he is taunting and taking credit for what has been done. Lord, be with us. Lord, be with everyone that has lost somebody, that has got to this point in this video. Please cover their souls with your blessing, with your light. Please, Lord, may that individual that you're thinking about now, that family member, that loved one, speak and talk to you now. Their existence was not in vain. I'm just waiting for that day because it's a crapshoot. Tony Huge, when his feet are to the fire, will have to flip on Connor Murphy. The feds are on you guys still. I just want you to know that, because when you come back to my video, notice how there are no collabs being done between Tony Huge and Connor Murphy, Miss Canatha, and Foxy. They've all gone their separate ways. So when the FBI puts somebody in a room, you don't know when they went in that room, Tony. Just like you don't know when Connor went in that room.
What your clients have thought at the time, I really don't know. But I'm referring, so according to you, every lawyer can say DR in front of their name?
Just like every chiropractor, every dentist,
Okay.
every medical doctor, every doctorate.
So why don't they?
Degree. I don't know.
No
some,
idea.
Some,
You're
some do.
the only person to figure this out.
Some chiropractors demand me.
I'm
to call
not
them
talking about
doctor.
chiropractors.
One at a time, please.
Yeah, I'm talking about lawyers.
When Connor Murphy implodes on himself at 10,000 feet, at thousands of PSI of pressure, like the Ocean Gate submersible. When he does, Tony, and you have not saved yourself and saved your harem, you're going to wish you did. You're going to wish you did. Because this case is on U.S. soil. This case is far from closed, brother. Mr. Biohack, Mr. Cabal. Yes, I'm talking to you. You are the ringleader. You are the mastermind. You have all the finances. You are the brains behind this operation. You've done a good job so far. You've done a pretty good job. But now you're sticking needles in the arm of the woman that you can't control the most. How ironic. Stay tuned. I got a nice Connor Murphy video coming for you guys soon. But there are no collabs between Tony Huge, Connor Murphy, the supplements. None of that. None of that. Because he's blaming a concoction based on the Natty Plus stack. Part of whatever he was taking of that stack was part of the reason that he went crazy. But it was linked to, not that it was Tony's line, but it was linked to a stack that he was concurrently taking that had the Natty Plus protocol stack included. He's still pushing his IG stories for Sarms.is, the scam of a company that review after review after review, the Better Business Bureau already knows what's up. That's why Tony Huge has switched his pharmaceutical company to Enhanced Labs India. Same processing company, same place, same everything. We just added a little moniker on the end. We just tagged it different. Just like The Wire, when they had a bad product, what'd the drug kingpins do? Did they actually step up the product? No, they stepped on it more. They put a different bag and a different label on it and said, this is the new package. This shit's fire. That's exactly what Tony Huge does. He's Stringer Bell of the supplement industry, selling bunk shit, pill form MK, and not quality shit, and switching his pharmaceutical company while making millions and being able to fund a harem. No coincidence that these review companies, these SARM review companies that were giving scathing reviews on Tony Huge's companies after I highlight them in my video. I go back onto the internet the same way that I did before, and the only way that you can get Enhanced Labs or Sarms.is product reviews is through TikTok. All those review companies that ICU brought to the forefront to show how many people had reviewed their products is gone. This is how powerful the cabal is. This is how powerful they are. Because they know how to sweep, do a full court press, and get all the negativity offline, because I brought it to the forefront so they know exactly where to go to get those websites shut the fuck down. I'm not playing no games. They know that I do my due diligence. We can't even look at those reviews. There is nowhere on the net that you can find any reviews for Enhanced Labs or Sarms.is. This is crazy. They took down all of it. And Tony Huge muscle building, or Tony Huge fat loss, or Tony Huge whatever it is next. And the con man Murphy. You don't think these big boys with millions of subs watch little old me? Of course they do. Because they're proactive after watching my videos. This is crazy. How the cabal can keep churning. The coal can keep getting put into the fire. The engine, the tugboat, the train can stay on the tracks as long as people keep buying. There's a new sucker born every day, huh, Tone? That's how he funds the harem. But there's no way to even source or counteract anything that you're getting. There is no reviews of any enhanced products at all. I want to see if you remember how they did this Enhanced India, where they actually, they broke off and they started this Enhanced India. Look at this. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just once Enhanced gets burned out, they can go over to Enhanced India and make it look like a whole new company. The fuck? This is crazy. You cannot find any product reviews on this stuff, and it was all over the internet before I brought it to the table. I had just barely started. I wasn't going to go full force on Enhanced India, where this company's from. I was going to go back to these videos, back to those review sources, and do more due diligence as the reviews came in. But these guys got power. BPC 157 for 10K. See, oh, it's the conversion rate. So this is crazy. Oh, they're selling a straight up runs. Well, okay. So this is where you get the actual. This is where you get the actual goodies. Enhanced Drolls t-shirt, huh? So this is where you go get the t-shirt and they send you the vial. Nice one, Tone. Tone, I'll do business with you, man, if you can get me that old super droll with that tank or that beast droll. You know, that one molecule off, and then when you take it, it actually converts to the actual molecule once it passes through the liver. Yeah, if you can give me some of that, then we could talk business. But what do we got here? We're just gonna go down this rabbit hole real quick. SR9 2009. I heard some good stuff about this, but what is this? What is this authenticating? That we're getting the bottle? Are we authenticating that we're getting the substance? That's what we care about. This motherfucker trying to do what Germany does with roids. They're trying to have their holographic vial, just like, but you have no, you're not a pillar in the space. So when you see a vial of T400 or you see a vial of Equipoise and you know it has that hologram from Germany, you know what you're getting. But when you get a hologram from Enhanced, what are you getting? You get a hologram from Enhanced and you're getting what? There we go. We got liquid MK. This is what I'm talking about. You're trying to sell bunk pills. This might be legit. This shit bang. This shit right here bang. That's this right here, guys. If you want the gym, and if you work out sporadically, get on some G-Dub. This right here is endurance without having to do the exercises for endurance. This is a little cheat code right here. This is worth it. The 50156, 516. That yeah. I don't know. I don't know. There's no way to tell if you're getting real, fake, or nothing unless you can go to a lab and verify with a chemist at a lab. So I'm actually in discussions, in talks with a few collegiate laboratories. I have a homegirl that is in med school, and then I have a friend of mine that is doing clinicals, his clinical trials as we speak. So I have 2 labs at my fingertips that I can play around and shoot them Fenny. I can shoot them methadone and say, is this really methadone? Or I shoot them street level, like weed, to see if there's any contaminants in weed. I can shoot it out. So if I need to do my homework and really, really dive in, I will do it if it's worth my time. But he's not really worth my time at the moment because it's just, there's no way of stopping this. He's at a level now where he could just copy, paste, reformulate. This is long from over. Stay tuned, and I'll have that video out to you guys shortly. Connor Murphy is far from Tony Huge's friend at this moment. It's ICU, and everything about us is blue collar, and we gets it out the mud. Tony Huge, Straight Cody, John Bravo, Vigorous Steve, Connor Murphy. The FBI sees you. So stay tuned.